Every major police department throughout the United States has a program to check motorists for insurance, or lack of. But also in all 50 states, it cannot be a primary reason for a traffic stop. A motorist must be pulled over lawfully for some other reason, and then their insurance may be checked. An officer may not just ask random people for their insurance. Has anybody here had that happen to you? Has an officer just walked up to you and said, "Hey, I'd like to check to see if you have insurance"? In other words, they cannot check you for insurance unless you're involved in a traffic stop. But that's not how they do it in Richland Hills. I was being investigated for criminal trespass. But because I had my insurance on my phone rather as a hard copy in my glove box, a police officer, Detectice Bray, actually had my car towed from where I was at. And funny thing is, he said I didn't have insurance, according to his computer. But yet 6 hours later, when I picked up my car from the impound lot, their computer showed that I had insurance. And oh my goodness, my agent showed that I had insurance. And all the world showed that I had insurance. The only person where it did not show that I had insurance too was Detectice Bray, who makes well over $200,000 a year, but still has to work a night job. I wonder where all that extra money's going. Does he have a gambling problem? Who knows? I had to pay $264 to get my car out of the impound. Detectice Bray assaulted me when he yanked me out of my car by my arm. He threatened to throw me in jail for littering when I took the business card and threw it on the ground. Although I'm making a complaint, I bet they will investigate themselves and nothing will happen. Let's find out, shall we?
Where did I put it?
And we want the officer to be fired too.
Do you know what the name of that guy was that
I believe
de-escalated?
his last name was Bray.
Right here.
Oh, is that his name?
Officer McGee was the one that showed up, 897.
Okay.
Officer Bray was your
He's
initial
the
one.
detective.
This is your
Fuck
initial.
Officer Bray.
This is your initial incident that they came out to talk to you on.
Okay.
This is the incident from when I came out and talked to
There's
you.
gonna be problems if he's not
Okay.
fired.
Thank you. What did you say his name was? Officer
Me and you's
McGee?
gonna have problems if he's not
Is
fired.
there, he was really, he de-escalated everything. Just to let you
Here's
know.
your insurance back. You had questions about the ticket with the insurance?
I'm-
All that will need to be taken up with the court.
We have a
Why
question,
can't y'all
we want
just-
our
can't y'all
money
just
back
re-
for the car
erase it?
getting stolen, we had insurance. That's our question.
Okay.
What
Yeah,
part of
do I
that
get
you
my
don't
money back?
understand?
What's your question
Can
now?
I get my money back?
You get your money back?
Because he stopped me on a secondary.
So,
He didn't stop
here-
me.
Here's what's gonna happen from here.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna go watch all the video.
He didn't have a video. He was off duty.
You have a video.
Oh.
Did you request for the video so we can see it too? Because you guys
You can
lied.
do an open records request and you can request.
I already
the
did
video.
that. I already did it. I
Thanks, sorry, I did that.
already did that.
Okay, why would I disbelieve her? She just said she did it, right?
Yeah. The
So-
problem is we disbelieve you.
So like,
Because you took her car when she had insurance on it and you won't acknowledge
I
that.
took her car.
Your police officer did and you haven't fired the officer.
I forgot my question. I forgot my question now.
So.
Oh, yeah,
from
my
here-
question
we're-
is,
Here, we're gonna investigate it all.
okay, I want Bray to be counseled about when he can stop people and not for insurance. Because I don't think he can stop me for that. I mean, I don't think he can ask for my insurance. It's a secondary reason for a traffic stop, and it wasn't a traffic stop. So you can't just go up to random people who are sitting in a car and ask for their insurance, right?
Here's where we're gonna go from here.
Okay,
Okay, I'm gonna watch the video from the stop.
all right.
Okay, I'm gonna grab all the information that I have for all of it, review your statement as well, and make a decision based off of everything that happened, what should have happened.
Okay, let's, okay, I have
And
another
then at
question.
that point, once we get through all that portion, then I'll contact you back and let you know.
I have another question.
Uh-huh.
The question is this. Okay, let's say it's not me. Just, can you just walk up to that person right there who's unloading his vehicle right there? And can you ask that person right there in the curb and ask him for his insurance?
We're not playing what ifs, okay?
Your officers don't even know the law.
But that's what I'm just asking, like how,
You
what
don't
if,
even know the law.
We're not playing what ifs, okay? So.
That's
we're
not
gonna
what
go
if,
back-
it's-
We're gonna go back.
okay, let me
Hey, what if
ask
that's
you a
what
different
happened,
question.
dude?
Wait, hang on a minute. Let me ask a different question. The question is, when is an officer
Sorry,
permitted to
piece
ask
of
for
shit.
insurance? There you go. When is an officer permitted to ask for insurance?
So when you're stopping at a traffic stop, they're allowed to ask for your insurance.
Okay.
Okay?
Are they allowed to ask
So-
just random people for their insurance?
No, we don't just ask
Okay.
random people. Okay?
That's what happened. So that wasn't a traffic stop.
Like I told you, I'm gonna investigate it.
Okay.
All right?
We're gonna investigate ourselves and probably do nothing wrong. Fuck you, dude.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
That officer ain't fired. Me and you's gonna have problems.
I need some clarification.
You
Just one more
understand me?
clarification. Shh. One more clarification. The clarification is, so as far as for insurance goes, stopping for insurance, they may only ask for it on a traffic stop. Is that correct?
When they have you detained, right, they can ask you for it.
Detained?
Detained for what crime, dude?
Detained during a traffic stop?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Can they ask for insurance when you're detained for anything else?
Like I told you, we're gonna go back
Okay.
We're gonna review the circumstances, and
Oh.
we'll let you know what we found.
Okay.
Do you have any
And the officer will be fired if there's wrongdoing found, right?
It's Cody High Roller.
questions?
That's it.
Yeah, and the officer will be fired if there's wrongdoing found, yes or no?
So here's how this all came about. Cody High Roller had heard that there were many people in North Richland Hills that were being cited for tickets they didn't deserve and even arrested for no crimes. Therefore, we decided to go over to North Richland Hills and investigate ourselves. We pulled over into a parking lot, a random parking lot that was empty, so that we could organize our notes and organize our equipment. And here's what happened. We didn't move fast enough for this man. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to leave or not because he pulled behind me with his lights on. So he didn't give me any clarification whatsoever, and he just decided to tow my car. Check this out. Can I help you?
This location's permanently closed.
Okay, we just figured that out.
Yeah.
So, because there's no movie posters.
Do what?
There's no movie posters.
Are you? Do you have power of attorney over this property?
Yeah, this location's been permanently closed.
Why did they close it?
Do you have power of attorney over the property?
Do what?
Do you have power of attorney over the?
We were hired by the company, so y'all need to leave. We were
So-
hired by
so-
the company to make sure no one's in the parking lots.
But if they're closed, then what company is it?
Huh?
You said they're closed.
Yeah, the guy that owns the property hired us to sit here all night.
Wow, so you're working like a
Off
second
duty.
job?
Off
Off duty.
so y'all need to leave.
Okay. So, where's the other movie theater then?
I don't know.
Wonder why they closed this one down.
You know, you have a right to face your accuser. You have a right to face your accuser.
Say that again?
You have a right to face your accuser. If somebody's asked you to leave, you have a right to face that person.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
So we should just take your word for it.
To pull off out of here.
Okay, give me
What
a
happens
minute
if we
here.
don't?
Uh-oh. You put in park. What? Uh-oh. Now he's going to search your car. You think we don't have any drugs? No, I can't.
He's trying to run your plate.
Well, I don't have any warrants yet. Why does this not work? There we go. Alright. Okay, does he want me to leave or not?
I'm gonna get out of the car.
You are? Okay. Does he take you back to the car?
Am I detained?
Are we
Yes,
just
y'all are being detained. Stay in the car for me, please. You can
Detained
keep
for
your
what
phone
time?
out.
I'm sitting in the
You can-
passenger.
Okay, get in the car now. Get in the car. I
I'm not
I
committing
don't
a
need
crime.
to. I don't need to focus on a bunch of different things at once. I have not been rude to you, have I?
I haven't been rude to you.
Y'all are being uncooperative. I've asked you to leave the parking lot.
How am I going to drive away? I'm sitting in the passenger seat.
Sir, can you please step in the car? Get your hands on your pockets while I'm speaking to you, please.
Sir, you have no right to lawfully detain me.
What is the purpose of all this tonight?
We
Well,
were
how
about
did-
to leave.
no. But I asked y'all to leave the parking lot because we were hired by the owners of this property.
How you
to
know I
make
wasn't getting
sure-
out of the car so I could leave, like you said?
Because I asked y'all to leave over there.
I'm not
and
the
you
one
continued to
driving.
pull over there. That doesn't matter. You didn't get out of the car to leave. Don't. This is
And now
not-
you've got me pinned towards the car to where I can't
I'm
leave.
not pinning you towards anything.
Where am I going to walk?
Are you ready to leave?
Yeah, we're ready to leave. I was just
Okay, then
letting you
can
know.
walk. You can leave. You can continue to walk.
Is she allowed to leave?
No, she's being detained
Why am I being detained?
because I asked you to leave and you did not.
Are you?
So if you want to leave, you can walk, sir.
Okay, go ahead. Get your stuff.
What would the charge be?
So I told Cody to go ahead and leave, that I would meet him up there in just a little bit. I wanted him far from the situation because he's getting a little bit hot under the collar, and I knew that this guy was a tyrant. So when he came over to ask for my driver's license to criminally trespass me, I gladly handed it over to him. He already knew who I was because he ran my plates. And not only that, who cares if I got trespassed from a closed movie theater? But then he came back and he said, do you have insurance for your car? And I'm like, of course. He goes, can I see the copy? And I'm like, you know what? No, this isn't a traffic stop. You cannot see it. He said, well, I've already called the tow truck because the computer said you don't have insurance. And I was like, what? I have insurance. He said, produce it. And at that point, I said, okay. I said, I'm going to pull it up on my phone. But he did not want to see it on my phone. He wanted to see the hard piece of paper copy that was in the glove box. Told you he was a tyrant. And then the tow truck pulled up. I asked Officer Bray if I could see on his computer that I did not have insurance because I did not believe him. He said, nope, that's against the law. And again, for a second time, I wasn't moving quick enough because he walked over to my car, opened my car door, yanked me out by my arm, and threw me around like a rag doll to the back of my car. I thought I was going to jail. If Officer McGee hadn't been there, I probably would have. Because Officer McGee, he de-escalated everything. The next morning, I went to get my car. This was about 5.5 hours later. And guess what? The people at the impound place, they said that their computer showed that I had insurance the whole time. So did my agent. The only person that said I didn't have insurance was Detective Bray. So I know that you pulled my car for no reason. I know you did. And I hope you don't do it to anybody else. Because that was wrong for what you did. There's a lot of poor people in North Richland Hills that can't afford to get their car out of there. You're a tyrant, and that's the only thing I can say about you. But I want to give a big shout out to Manuel Mata and his girl Lupe because they came and rescued us, and we really appreciated that. Thank you so much. And be sure you go over to Manuel Mata's channel and you sub to him because he's doing some great work.